All right, so what games do we have to pick from this week, Jason? Yes, we are live.
In the video or not?
No, Jamison is not in the video, but he may be. Depends on what kind of picks he's going for.
Jamison Durham group, what's up? How y'all doing?
Well, part of that is the Jamison Durham group.
2/3 of this, yes.
Yeah.
Keith's team's on vacation.
So we've already
he's not really on vacation. He's out drumming.
So we've already had a reaction from last weekend's games that I cried and Keith had to gently wipe my tears with a gentle,
I did.
A gentle yet manly touch. And now we're going to do our picks. And Jamison wants to do his picks too, but I don't know how much he knows about football. But
nothing.
He'll probably get it all right.
He may.
He'll probably get them all right.
So what game do we got to start off with? Tennessee, Missouri?
Let's start off with Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
Kentucky's got that all day long.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, y'all tried. Last week was your one shot, and you screwed that up.
Y'all had your like Eminem said, that was your one shot. And,
and you made Spencer Ratliff look like he belonged in the SEC.
Spencer Rattler looked like he was not the worst quarterback in the SEC, which he pretty much is. So, congratulations, Vandy.
So Will Levis ought to light them up.
What do you think?
I'm going to go Vandy because Kentucky wears those stupid checkerboard overalls in the crowd, which is a Vols thing, and Kentucky's totally stealing that. And Kentucky needs to remember their basketball school.
Okay. Interesting one. Let's go with this one. Texas A&M at Auburn.
And Texas A&M is the underdog here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Texas A&M loses this game.
Gosh. I don't know if you guys saw the end of the Auburn-Mississippi State game. Those guys come back and fought really hard.
It's because Mississippi State's coach took away the chairs.
How many games in a row can Auburn or Texas A&M lose, possibly? I feel really weird right now.
And again, they've got Cadillac Williams down there coaching on the Plains, but I'm still going to go with Texas A&M.
I'm going to go with my homeboys, Auburn, since it's a home state. But, gosh, that is going to be like two second graders in a fist fight. Okay.
That sounds awesome. Why would you not watch that?
Let's go with Georgia and Mississippi State.
Wait. I don't get to talk about Texas.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, A&M, what does that stand for? Like agricultural? And
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, if you're into agriculture or if you're into mechanical, I think you should be a pretty healthy boy. It's a good size fella. I'm going to go Texas agricultural and mechanical over Alabama's other school.
Auburn. Okay.
Yeah. It's the stepbrother of the state.
It is.
It really is.
So one step away from being a directional school.
You want to go with Georgia, Mississippi State?
Georgia, Mississippi State.
The Pirates set sails.
If you guys didn't know, Mike Leach got so ticked off at his team last week playing Auburn because they gave up a 20-point lead. He took the chairs that the receivers were dropping a lot of balls, and he said he said they seemed to have cards and everything but a deck of cards over there.
Yes.
And they wasn't making good use of any of it. So he goes over there and starts folding up the chairs so when they come off the field, they can't sit down. I love it.
Well, with that being said, Georgia's going to not give them a chance to sit down because they're gonna blow them out.
Could this be a letdown game after a big emotional game?
The receivers will have plenty of time to sit down because Georgia will be on the field.
It is not if they score really fast.
Well, like they showed against Tennessee, they can control the ball for 9 minutes
if they want to,
and just run it.
I think if Missouri could possibly give Georgia a hard time, but I just don't see Georgia. Anything's possible, but I go with Georgia. How about you, Georgia, Mississippi State?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've been to Georgia, I've been to Mississippi. The gambling is much better in Mississippi, generally speaking.
I didn't even know there was gambling in Georgia.
You got to know where to look. Traffic's better in Mississippi. You got to know which back alley to go into. I'm a little salty at Georgia because they made Tennessee look like clowns last week.
They did.
God, that was awful. Jiminy Christmas. So I'm going to say Mississippi State, Billy Dean, rest in peace.
All right.
So, and just for the record, Steve Thompson, if you're watching this, Tennessee did not dominate the second half of that ball game last week. You and a few other mentally challenged Tennessee fans are the only people that saw that. So,
I mean, anytime that
that
you
game
control
was,
the ball for 9 minutes,
that game was
and
dominated.
just run it, that's pretty amazing.
But Tennessee's still a good team.
All right, so we've got South Carolina and Florida.
This is your school. All right.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that we're finally favored to win a game. So
Now that you're favored, you won't win.
Yeah, probably. But I'm still picking my Gators.
Yeah, I don't.
Spencer Rattler is terrible.
He is terrible. I mean,
I
they
look
are
for 2 or 3 picks. You know,
out of 14 teams, they're probably 11.
I think with the Vandy game, he finally threw for 2,000 yards for the season.
Yeah. I think they're probably 11. I think the only teams that, well, what about, they beat A&M, didn't they? South Carolina?
Yes, they did.
So, yeah, maybe South Carolina's 10, but they're one of the worst teams. I'll go with Florida also.
Well, let's see. Cox.
Yep.
Cox. I'm going to say Cox one more time. So, South Carolina and Florida.
You got to throw the game in front of it.
It's family friendly.
Yeah.
So, between the Cox and Florida, are these the most redneck states in the South? South Carolina and Florida, do they have the scariest rednecks of all southern states? I feel like they do. Florida man versus that South Carolina redneck's a special breed of pill popping hilarity too. So I'm gonna say Cox by 12.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Is Spencer Rattler scored 12 points?
How many teams does Spencer Rattler play for? You mentioned this guy like 6 different games. Who is Spencer?
Because it always comes back to how bad Spencer Rattler is.
He's the quarterback for the game.
He was the guy that played Harry Potter, right?
No.
That was Daniel Radcliffe.
All right, so
LSU, Arkansas.
LSU and Arkansas. This is one of the most
Near and dear to my heart, right here.
one of the big.
Who are you going to go with?
Okay, so I'm
I'll let
always
you
going
go
to go against Arkansas because I work for Walmart, and you know what really ticks off Walmart corporate management? When Arkansas loses. They're all Arkansas fans. They pretend to be Arkansas fans. They're 30 minutes from Arkansas. Where do they play at? Rogersville, Little Rock? They love to go to these games, and when Arkansas travels, they like to travel there and give people crap in the Walmarts wherever they're playing. So I hated it when they played Tennessee, and all these bigwigs would come down 40 and stop at all these stores and nitpick. Stay the hell out of my store. Go back to the home office where you're useless. And LSU by 100, and let's bring back Ed Oregon.
Ed Oregon.
Yeah, Ed Oregon.
Ed
Oregon.
Oregon.
Sure.
Oregon.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Ed Moron. Moron. I
take it that you didn't like your time at Walmart.
It's a
So
mixed bag. I love selling real estate more.
yeah. So Arkansas got beat last week by Liberties.
They did.
He called
They
it. And so I don't think Arkansas is going to have a big letdown again, but I also don't think. I think it's possible for this game to be weird. LSU coming off the big emotional Alabama win, but I'm still going to go.
Yeah, but
LSU.
at this point, like LSU should just beat Arkansas,
right?
With the progression that the LSU team has been making.
They have.
Vegas has got Arkansas favored by.
No, LSU favored by 3.5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's break this down though.
I'm gonna go LSU.
If you took a tiger and a pig and put them in a cage, who's going to win?
Depends on if it's the Hogzilla, the 800
The Hogzilla.
It's a regular pig and a regular tiger.
Yeah, the
Either one
tiger
has
wins,
special
but
powers.
that tiger is pretty lazy in that cage. He looks defeated in
We
that
didn't even
cage.
say which upsets we're going
Really
to do. What is our upset
pretty
pick?
upset.
I don't really know that there's an upset at all this week. I mean, Texas A&M's mine because they've got Auburn favored, and then we've got Alabama, Ole Miss. Who's favored in the Alabama Ole Miss game?
Alabama by 12. Let me tell you, if I had to pick an upset, I'm going to reverse. If I had to pick an upset, I'm going to do a long shot because I like doing long shots. My long shot would be...
You going to go South Carolina over Florida?
No.
Cox.
Arkansas Arkansas over LSU, because I hope for that, because LSU needs to get beat 2 more times for Alabama to make it to the championship game. So that's what just for the record, that's what my upset pick would be.
Yeah, and we've got Alabama, Ole Miss now.
Let's do Missouri and Tennessee.
Tennessee wins that handily.
Falls by 50.
He's not wrong. I agree with that. I think that may be the over/under too. What is it, like 60 something?
No, I don't know. It's 20.5.
Is what the Vols are favored by.
Favored by the total is 57 points.
All right.
Would you spend 4 years going to college in Missouri?
Missouri.
No. Where are they at? Are they in St. Louis? What's the town?
I can't. Columbia.
4 years
Columbia,
in
yeah.
Missouri.
So I will go Tennessee too. I think Missouri has a pretty stout defense, but is it going to be?
I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah,
I think Tennessee's at home. And they've got a lot of built-up rage from last weekend. I kind of feel sorry for Missouri.
Yeah. Okay.
For reasons other
for reasons other than playing Tennessee and playing at Tennessee.
Alabama and Ole Miss.
Too cold there already.
2:30 CBS game.
And it's at Ole Miss, right?
It's at Ole Miss, yeah. I bet it has not been fun to be a member of the Crimson Tide this week. I'm going to go with Alabama.
How fired up do you think Nick Saban has that team?
Yeah, first time for 2-loss regular season since 2019. Doesn't happen a whole lot. I will say,
that was just 3 years
there's not
ago.
been a 3-loss season since his first season, I think, there. So
was that 2007?
7, I think. So I will say this, and you just watch your
Didn't you used to like Louisiana Tech that year?
your Google News feed or whatever you get your news from. If Alabama loses to Ole Miss Saturday, you're going to see a lot of headlines.
The dynasty is dead.
No, about father shoots son after Alabama game or something like that. True story. When Alabama lost to Arkansas in 6 overtimes when Mike Sheila was the coach, there was this headline. Of course, you could tell that alcohol had been involved. And the son asked dad to borrow the car, and the dad, I'm sure there was more to it than this, and the dad shot the son. All right, but there was alcohol. They'd been drinking all day long, lost in overtime. So we take our football very seriously, and then alcohol.
So speaking of fathers and sons in SEC football, when Tennessee beat Alabama, how many sons you think heard "I love you" from their dad for the first time? that night, so many fathers told their sons for the first time they loved them.
I've just got a little coonskin hat on.
Hey, think about this though. For 15 years, there's not been a Vol fan that knew what that feeling felt like.
First time any of my sons in it. So
Nick Saban's 80 years old?
70.
So how much motivation
85.
can an 86-year-old man motivate 20-year-old dudes? I don't know.
He's doing. Actually, my question about Nick Saban is when he coached for the Miami Dolphins.
Back when he was known by his other name, Huey Lewis.
No, but yes, when he coached the Miami Dolphins, they drafted this offensive lineman. I don't know, 3rd, 4th, 5th round. He was a late round person. And Nick Saban whispered something in his ear during spring practice. That kid cried and walked off the field and has never played football again. I just want to know what kind of power that is. Like,
what did he say?
What did he say? That's my question. What did he tell that kid that he cried and thought about his life choices and went, football's not where I need to be?
You're never going to play, kid. Well, I'm going. I'm going with Alabama. The point spread is 12 or something like that.
12 and a half, I
don't
think.
know if they cover or not. I think Alabama can win. I think Lane Kiffin though has had Saban's card when he was on the other side of the field. Even at Tennessee, when he was at Tennessee, they played a really close game before he came down. So he knows
how to
pick
at that defense,
and he's going to have them fired up because
I think Ole Miss wins.
You think Ole Miss wins? It would not surprise me. I'm still going with
I think Lane Kiffin is the real estate coach of the SEC coaches. He's that real estate agent that drives the really fancy, sleek 2-seater sports car.
Oh, yeah.
That has a lot of billboards, does 100 miles an hour, throws his food thing out the window. Lane Kiffin is an agent we all hate. But he sells
but
a crap ton of real
but
estate.
he gets results.
So Lane Kiffin.
So does
True,
that
true.
mean that you're going to go with Lane Kiffin in this pick?
Who are they playing, Alabama?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'll go with
So
those.
Alabama.
Now, if this
Ole
was
Miss.
New Miss, I'd definitely go with New Miss. But since it's Ole Miss, sure, I'll go Kiffin.
Yeah. He's calling. Hold on. Let me get up out of here. All right, guys. I think that's it for the day.
All right. See ya. Peace.